To become clear, one of these teams will be progressing through that upper bracket while the other drops on down. MOUZ with a T-side start. OG over on the CT side of things. It's Mirage. Let's kick this one off, shall we?
We shall indeed. And don't labor fruits, just taste the sweetest, Harry. Who's going to sink their teeth right in? It's MOUZ on T-side coming out of A ramp with TopCon smoke and some flashes to boot. Dexter's going to lob them on in, but we've got quite a stack.
Quite a stack, right? Oh, flames gone immediately. Fiku also wrapped upon by JDC. Neo Frag getting involved from back in the spawn. Good for two. Good for two, but not anymore. It's JDC putting on a show. A hat-trick in the round. Tees up MOUZ nicely. They've just got to finish Desgtar off. 1v3 for this guy, trapped down in the connector, and they know all about him.
Neofrag took his silencer off of the USP, and he got 2 headshots, Harry. My only logic, considering that does make the gun worse, statistically, is that he's really trying to bait for his double sight setup. Silencer won't quite do the job there. But that is, that's funny. Don't see that every day. And MOUZ will win the pistol regardless, but as we learnt, leads on T-sides mean nothing. As MOUZ, you got to wonder where their heads are at after they absolutely wasted their opportunity on the last map to close it out. The Desk weren't happy. I don't think they were either, as that seemed like it was a lock-in game, but now we're on Mirage, a far more frequented map as of late for OG, but one that MOUZ have played, if we go back a little longer, to differing results. Game that, considering how it started, how Inferno went, they were in full control, and how the first half of Overpass as well. MOUZ would feel a bit silly if they dropped this series. But OG have the momentum in their stride. Another A stack, another A attack. It's Exertion coming in through connector as the rest run out ramp. Oh, it's a messy spray. Would have loved a clean kill there. JDC luckily traded as Frozen comes up Palace with 2 more, and the smokes land at the right time in the right place. Put MOUZ back on the board with 2. OG likely going to lean into the save unless Exertion gives them a reason to go for it.
Yeah, and he won't. He's just going to play the numbers game here. Knows it's not worth taking that risk of peeking, so Fiku tries to come to him, but now he's been spotted and dealt with by that MAC-10. The force spy does not accomplish much for OG, just Desgtar left at the end of it, trying to get out of there with this famous and armor. So MOUZ, they find a pistol, they get the conversion on the back of it. This should be them off to a 3-0 start. Nice opening, and hopefully bit of a confidence booster for some of these individuals here who did have a rough go at it on that previous map. Really, it was only Torshi putting too much out in terms of the fragging department for this MOUZ squad. Very different story to how this series started.
Actually, can I get a gun back? Can you buy a Mac? There you go.
It's not how you start, it's how you finish, though. Saving grace out of Frozen in this round. Definitely got a bit messy coming out ramp. JDC with a MAC-10 in Palace with Frozen, and they'll just meet them in connector yet again. We have OG taking ramp, which could be nice, but MOUZ going to hear this. It's telegraphed by the utility, so even though it's nice position for OG, MOUZ will keep their eyes on it once a split comes through. OG, their 3rd stack in a row in the right place. Will this one be any more fruitful? Nice kills from the FAMAS, but still not enough on the eco round. It's going to be MOUZ 3-0 up. Oh. Vibes sound good from the comms we're getting to hear here at least. Full focus for MOUZ. In a map where really no one has room to be uncomfortable. I want to see this tap. Ooh. First bullet. We're back in. First gun round here for OG. And Degsta's got the AWP right in, up against Torshi as well. That was a common head-to-head back on the previous map, if you remember. So many long fights in both halves. More often than not, in the second, Torshi was avoided. But Degsta definitely came through a very good CT side there. Flames looks aware. He's not holding for the jump up, he's holding as if he knows Exertion's in window and going back into the light. Wow, that's an off angle at least. He thinks he's aiming at head height, he's actually shooting at the legs. Exertion doesn't go through the window though, and next to that smoke is going to keep him here for at least a few more seconds. Exertion, is he out of the window? Can't even tell. Yeah, he's climbed up. Frozen's found that kill. This is such a weird play for Exertion, and Nex has just decided he wants nothing to do with it. Wow.
Love that. Love that from Exertion. And now just Nexa. A ghost at this A side of the map. They don't know that he's here, so he will have the drop on that first player, but an immediate step up to the trade for Torshi. MOUZ get off to a rip-roaring start. Kind of similar overtones to their overpass as well, but they won the pistol, they won that first rifle. They're going to be 5-0 up, really, before all's said and done.
What an excellent round for Exertion, right? Not just going back on the window ledge, which really set off that window player's aim, but dropping the smoke and climbing onto the other side so he could kill the market rotation. Just very strange. Almost looks like the smoke's just to stop a player from, you know, coming through. Makes moves with it. I was looking for that 5-0. You mentioned that 5-0 start, Harry. It closed up 5-5. Back on overpass. Oh, good escape for Degsta. And they are hunting him down. They run through the smoke. And they've got an AK. That's just going to speed MOUZ up on this B hit, though.
Ooh, lovely dig out of Fiku. Grinds to a bit of a halt here with the bomb. Over on Catwalk, JDC and Torshi decide they don't want to commit into the B play any longer. Instead, they want to try and rejoin with Frozen for this A-side split. But that will leave them running into this one gun, this AK on flames. Posted and waiting. Good for the first, but nothing further. AK retrieved for Fiku over at short, but with a smoke in his face. He might have to come through this. He's up for the task. Drops that flash out through the connector. Frozen has his number. So there's that 5-0 for MOUZ. It's a little more costly than they might have liked, but they'll take it when all is said and done.
Yeah, they almost jumped the gun there and committed into B, but after Fiku got that kill, I like how MOUZ slow it down. They realize we've still got this A-lurk player. Let's at least make use of him rather than, you know, regret running into this Deagle. Trading out Fiku nicely. Torshi, one thing he's really good at on T-sides is not going in first, but coming in and being like a trade AWPer. He's very good at hitting close shots, quick scopes, and getting trade kills. He was doing it a lot on overpass T-side as well. Awkward missed molly. Oh, but there's a second to follow. He's just going to use a smoke to stay alive. This is A hit again through the palace smoke. It's a ballsy call. Dexter's got the gonads for it, but his teammates have been cut down.
Oh, lovely tap. Frozen's brought this one back into a doable spot with that. Exertion's on a lengthy rotate to join him in through spawn, looking like he wants to head into palace. For the CTs, where are they set up? OG have got Nexa and Fiku playing this double-layered stack inside of the site around the bomb. Who do they want making contact first? They're very paranoid about Exertion, right? They don't know where he's gotten to, and amidst all this silence, the only man they know of is Frozen in at ramp. And so Exertion is a nasty surprise. "40 seconds, flashing at ramp, hoping to get info from that, but Frozen does not fire a bullet, doesn't give up that he still occupies this position. Noise now being made, molly into CT, Exertion dead, and they know that Frozen still stuck at the ramp side. He doesn't know about Nexa under Palace either. As he creeps in, should just get shot in the back, and there it is, OG are on the board.
Oh, is it that 5-0 to 5-5 that we saw last map? Good recovery for OG. I like how they play that 2-on-2 as well. Fiku doesn't panic and force a swing. He just waits for Nexa, and he can peek on his contact as well. It's a cheeky call for Desgtar to go flying through that smoke. But luckily enough for OG, they've got the numbers on A. They've already shown tendencies to have very heavy A setups in this game.
Yeah, so something that should be a little nicer here for MOUZ is, and you know, I know it feels kind of amiss to talk about MOUZ NXT still in the current day, what with them having been in the squad now for a long while, but the old MOUZ NXT team, back when like Torshi and the likes were in it, just didn't play Overpass, right? And so much of the Overpass methodology and the ideas behind it only existed upon them joining this team, right? And as we know, last team they played there was Outsiders. That's like a very niche gameplay style. And so it felt almost like MOUZ was still kind of, you know, setting themselves up on Overpass with that same idea, with the same way that they played back at Rio. Here on Mirage, they've just got a lot more ideas, right? This is one that everyone for MOUZ has loads of games logged on. Mirage was like one of the mainstays of that old NXT squads map pool as well. So they do have a lot more to fall back on, right? They've got a lot of ideas here. I think it's going to be a lot harder for OG to embark on similar streaks as we saw, find similar gaps as we saw on that Overpass map in the one prior. This round, it's fast down short. Desgtar, responsible for a hell of a lot, but he does like responsibility, does this guy. Trying to strike him down with the AWP. He's boxed in, but every shot's got to count. 2 from the AWP. He's done his part in the round. Flames rotates in. He buys precious time. And thanks to him, Flames has dropped that bomb, turned the scales in favor of OG, puts up a double. And that never would have happened if Desgtar fell faster. Now, just Exertion left, alone in mid, 1v3, and with 15 seconds left, he's saving.
That first kill for Desgtar, yeah, sure, but the second, and that's a robbery. He should never get away with that kill. Being held from both the apps and the short, he had just a slither to move around. OG trying to call him out, trying to get him to make some noise. Come to them, but not today. Back-to-back for OG. Great hold for Flames as well. Getting back into that bomb site while he had a little bit of room and his teammate even smoking his molly while he gets a second kill. That's crazy. MOUZ now have nothing to work with but the saved rifle. Little hop, skip and a jump out mid. Smoke that they probably will boost behind. They can't go through it surely, although big gap. Flames didn't see anything, it's a boost in window instead. This, talking of gaps, this is the gap. Xerxes doesn't know it, there's no one here.
Yeah, this is a huge bit of position to have. For Flames to walk in with his back turned does leave you scratching your head with mid left open so long. Should have known that was a possibility. No. Exertion's doing it all right now. This hero AK finding itself deep behind enemy lines, and it is uprooting them right now. A path carved into the A play. Fiku reclaims the kill, brings this back into an even odds bout in the 3-on-3, and at this point OG have sufficiently cleared the B side of the map, or so you'd like to think. The penny should be dropping any minute now. This is the A play. The rotate's starting to happen. Exertion, he was the guy who set this whole thing up. He's shooting the guns over. What a hero, what a king. He's on them. He dropped his own AK and glocked it over and has now retrieved another one from CT.
Ollie nade on Desgtar though. He's going to lob them in. He can burn out Frozen. This is awkward. It's actually gone in Palace. It's not gone towards the back of the site. JDC has room to move. He's gone. There's still a trade. Nice double. He's on for the ace right now. Oh, through the smoke. Exertion steps up to the plate. The saved AK was worth every penny. And the pistols of MOUZ get it done.
That's just beautiful, isn't it? What a round from a hero AK. Through the window boost, through the murder hole, into CT. The gift that just didn't stop giving for MOUZ.
That's, they should never win that round, ever. But it's only Xerxes. No need for help. And OG are pissed. Well, they've got one gun of their own, Harry, but I don't know how much effect it's going to have. Maybe not that much. Desgtar.
Just gonna give it a go.
Yeah.
Gonna try and have it.
no.
Oh. Hero gun.
Oh, the flash is so good.
Now removed. Fiku with the deagle. Good for one again. Gonna put the fear in this apartment's play. Gonna put the fear in MOUZ and buy a bit of time for OG to pad out this site with a second man. However, he's been dealt with very quickly, very cleanly, and so MOUZ do a good job of getting back in control of this one. 7 of their name now, this T-side really starting to amass a serious bout of rounds, right? Things were looking up when OG strung 2 together in a row. I think that really just goes to show how impactful that round in the one prior, the ace of exertion was. It's teed MOUZ up for a great first half here.
And it was feeling like this was equalizing, you know, literally the 5-0 closing up in front of our very eyes. And an anti-eco, there should have been no problem for OG, but one little window boost, one man behind enemy lines, one mouse going through the mouse hole. And OG, they've got something to board up right now. An infestation on this T side. 7-2. And now it's OG's time to call attack. Because it's getting out of control.
I mean, for OG, they don't want to feel like they've just pulled back a series, right? Delivered a really, really clean overpass to get to this point, only to get steamrolled in the third.
Dex is going to be a big part of it, right? CTA WP, that is the place to be. Going to have all the freedom in the world. Whatever he wants to play, OG will have to let him. That's why they got him here. Someone who knows what they want. I feel like that smoke falls a bit short there for Flames. Oh, they're just going for it again. Frozen. Oh, he's at the corner bit. Oh, if he found that default kill, Neofrag would have felt robbed. And they still don't know about the Balk man. But MOUZ don't have to commit to A because of how early a play that was for Frozen. I admire it. They're confident, you know. It's kind of crazy, but just shows the mindset of MOUZ right now. And they've hit the gap. They have hit the timing. There are no eyes on this position. Oh,
Exactly.
Barrel. Oh, fires too soon.
Good exertion's finding all the little gaps right now. Gives them a route into this A site, but OG have gone full aggro, right? They took Palace, they took Ramp. Right now, MOUZ think that this site is clear, but it's not. Exertion turning around, and he's even spotted the CT player. Wasn't ready for Fiku, but JDC's gonna trade at least. Next, I heard it, I thought, and there we go. JDC will mop him up. Just Desgtar left. 1 versus 3. Desgtar's a kind of different beast. There's always a part of his brain in moments like this that's saying, go for it. Just try. Just give it a go. You're good enough.
Torshi doesn't know what he's up against. He's already hunting. But there is no kit, Harry. That might be the deciding factor as Desgtar realizes it all sets in now. Exit attempt. MOUZ up to 8 rounds. I think they saw him there. He's holding for a jump. Oh, they're coming for him. And Desgtar will be allowed to survive. 8-2 though. I don't want to get ahead of myself. A good T-size for MOUZ. I've already done that today, but this is a damn good affair, and it's not 8 at the half. It's 8 with more to come. You know it. Poor Flames, man. Think about the awkward rounds Flames has had. He was the first guy to die in that ace round where he jumps backwards into window. And right there, he turns around at the right time on this round, and he fires one bullet. One bullet, he sees a barrel. One bullet. And that gives it away. That's all it takes. And now all we have is an AWP surrounded by itty-bitty pistols. 4 OG. Cyclone watching on.
It's so meta, bro.
breaking the fourth wall, man.
Desgtar
Yeah, I like
dropping down, wanting to be involved, right? They kind of dodged him. They've kind of dodged him a couple of times now. He's had enough of that. But MOUZ have gone for a real pace change round. While they've been, you know, kind of finding a lot of gaps, a lot of timings, and just slipping the net more often than not, this is far slower. They wanted to see if there was going to be any aggression, knowing it's a low econ round around a hero AWP. They're anticipating that Desgtar is feeling this way. They're anticipating that Desgtar wants to be involved early, and that a little gaggle of pistols might be roaming the map, so they've held for that in the early stages of this one. I would feel frustrated if I'm Desgtar. It's like, bro, I've peaked mid. I went like, I was in lower at the beginning of this round. Now I'm on B. I've deep peaked B. No one was there, so fine, I'll go back A, I guess. They've smoked off top con. Okay, I'm going to the right place this time, surely.
And again, I mean, you might get palace swings here, but the bomb's not committed yet. There's still 2 players defaulting, and one of them will come through mid, but what's JDC's role here? Nice shot. Oh, make that 2. Flame serves up a platter. And MOUZ make a meal of it, but not really via any mistakes. Now they've just got to hit B. If Nexa can get 1 kill here, set OG to win a round. If MOUZ get a 3v4 post-plant, they can still do it.
Good check, coupled with a great flash and molly to get that one. Backside player won't let them in. Fiku traded.
Maybe.
Plant denial would win you the round here, but they're not in position to do that. Desgtar runs at Desgtar. Oh, Torshi up and over into the fight, but he can't best him. Desgtar with 2 on that AWP, finally gets to play into it. He went on a tour of Mirage around the map and back again. It ends where he started, over towards that B site. OG onto a 3rd, and they get out with a double AWP set up now as well.
Even wallbang default, he didn't like through the pillar as well, not through the box. You know, I've never seen anyone hit that. It landed pretty close though. Don't know how much damage it even would have done, but he's a ferocious player. Just trying to get as many shots off as he can. Double AWP now for OG, I like it. They had it on the ground, why not take it on Mirage? Fiku can solo B as well, and that's the intent, because they're rushing top mid. Flames, he's right below them, they don't know. Bersertion swings with a check. Meanwhile, Torshi's AWP is way further up than they're ready for, and he has found Desgtar. That might be the first head-to-head we've really seen. Well, actually, no, sorry, it was last round. But the first couple of head-to-heads between these AWPs. Torshi wins it out this time. Neo frag, solid start, but there's more to do.
Yeah, connect it. Oh, Exertion's found a gap again. I don't know how he keeps doing it. I don't know how he has this much freedom over towards mid, but up and in and doing damage from this con wrap. Exertion's had his way with OG. MOUZ onto a 9th.
And the crazy thing is about the amount of room Exertion's getting is, think about how many rounds we've seen very heavy A stacks, right? 3-4 players moving about con window A, and just these solo B holds with an AWP or... Oh yeah, Fiku's dead. It's just a matter of time. Exertion ends it, and he's speedrunning this game. He wants out. He wants to go to bed with a smile on his face, set up for his winner's game. 17-6. And it's not just the amount of kills, it's not just the ace he got on that eco round. It's the way he's getting them. The areas of the map that he is demanding from OG. He spent more time in window than the CTs. 9-3, and do we have anything here from OG?
Oh,
nice.
That's nice. And what a player to find.
Yeah.
Everyone all across the map breathes a little easier knowing that Exertion is out of the picture now. MOUZ attempt to hit the go button on the B plane. Lovely flick from JDC. Traded by Nexa immediately though, and Flames already rotated in, set up in the market. There's another man arriving up through the short side. That's nearly the lineup, and the nade will finish the job. Desgtar, 1v2, dons the AWP, and then realizes, why am I doing that? He picks up an AK.
There's scared, man. They're not in a hurry.
They could even line up. They were right next to each other. There was a world there. There was a very real opportunity. Still, they realized they spread apart from one another. They occupy both sides of the market door. And so it's a double peak that seals the deal. OG with a fourth. Great stuff from Desgtar to go and get involved early.
Yeah, and they save him an AWP as well at the end. So, talking of his early involvement, 4-0 in opening duels, right? Desgtar's not really felt like a problem piece. MOUZ has done a great job of avoiding him. Pressure is on. He's, again, throwing himself into it. That molly, oh, if he stayed with it, well, he'll go for another kill instead. Psych, you thought. And he's wondering where that top mid player went. Wide. Torshi trades, though. Desgtar won't last long in middle. Oh, no, I feel it. Can you feel it? Flames is getting unlucky. He's just jumped out, and Desgtar has heard every step. He's not looking the right way, but neither was Desgtar. Flames will recover that. Finally, some good fortune for Flames. 2 kills. And MOUZ losing middle moment by moment.
And I think they know the last is the A player.
Oh, they know. Frozen's been lurking out Palace so many rounds. Yeah. Nice round out of Flames. Ooh. They didn't save the AWP. He swapped. Flames swapped back to AK, and they don't have money. Oopsie. So he gives Desgtar the AK instead. Well, good teammate.
Oh no, he's actually
on a FAMAS.
He took a bit of an L again.
Yeah.
He had money to buy, but then he bought nades. I think assuming that. I mean, you know, nades, I guess.
Desgtar took the FAMAS. That was a mess. I mean, you can OG are feeling the pressure. Like, not having Desgtar on an AWP when you killed the last player with your AWP, that's, yeah. Desgtar's the guy making these rounds happen, or at least opening them. It's a bit of a mistake for the last round of the half. But luckily, I think the benefit is MOUZ are on pistols, so the AWP isn't as much of a necessity. It can't even hold you back.
Oh, but imagine if Desgtar was peaking lower and there was that triple line up there, man. That would have been the triple collat, and I can't believe it's been ruined.
I would hope he's not dropping under again with the amount of times he's done it, but you never know. Late mid take for MOUZ, or at least insinuation that they are there. Window smoke gives Xertion a bit of room to come out under. Flames has got his eye on the prize, so that molly's going to slow everything down, but MOUZ can't wait forever. They're popping through the ramp smoke. They're already committed. Player on the balcony to deal with. Torshi takes the first out. Flames throws himself in. Quite a commitment. He needs the goods, and he comes up with them too. As Torshi trades, the round falls apart. And
we, the talent, are not allowed to be biased, but you, dear viewer, can support whoever you want, and obviously the people that are sitting here that are cheering for their teams. Vladi, you are an ex-pro. You know how the game works, and you know your guys. Is there going to be like a full comeback, and you just taking the whole series?
I always believe in my guys. Even if it's like already almost over, I still believe that they can do comeback. So I believe, yes, we will win today.
You win today, all right.
But I don't know how my heart will be, but yeah, I hope I will alive.
I really, really hope you will stay alive, please. But we do need, your guys need you, and we do also need you. All right, but we don't only have the representatives from OG, we also have some people from MOUZ. Hello there. So your guys got like a really nice lead, right? Like, and also in the second map there was like a really nice lead, but somehow there was a comeback. Do you think this map will actually maybe close pretty soon in the favor of MOUZ?
I'm sure it will. I don't know if we're going to win all of the rounds that are coming up, but I'm sure we'll close out the map in the end. So I'm confident in the guys.
You're confident in the guys. Oh, well, let's see then what's going to happen in the second half. Let's go to the cast.
Everyone's seeming pretty confident in their respective guys. Hugo, who are you feeling most inspired by?
I don't know. You're a pretty cool guy, Harry. I think you're going to close out this game. I think you're going to be here till the very end.
We knew this was happening, so that's why. Like, this is a little stoppage called in from OG. So we'll go ahead and reload that. Well, we won't personally, but like someone, somehow, somewhere. We'll go ahead and reload that back up for you. I have confidence in those guys.
Confidence in the guys is dwindling. Confidence in our guys, as in the admins, is there, though. We'll get right back on it, and we'll be right back in with the game. But yeah, let's take stock here, Harry. A 9-round T-side from some of these guys in MOUZ. And
stop saying it so too much. Now my ears can't.
You started it. Yeah, either way, that was an aggressive T-side. That was a very raucous T-side, if you want to say that, for MOUZ. Xerxan had quite a game, and Desgtar did all he could to get in the way of that, but it might not be enough here, Harry. OG, they've already pulled a comeback in the second half, just back on Overpass, but I don't know, something's in the water. Something feels different. MOUZ feel like they're ready to finish this time.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree, right? This is a MOUZ that's kind of feeling fired up, and also I think, you know, I do want to kind of go back to what we said, or at least what I said in that first half of Mirage, where I said, you know, it kind of felt like for MOUZ the ghost of prepping for outsiders on Overpass was still very much how they intended to play. I think here on Mirage, they've just got a lot more in terms of ideas, right? In terms of how comfortable they can feel, in terms of not feeling like you're doing something for the first time in an official, right? So, yeah, there's just a lot more history here for MOUZ, a lot more to go off of. For OG, we're going to need some of these big performances again. And guys like Desgtar and NeoFrag, if we could get Fiku, who's currently sat down bottom of the board, delivering in some of these clutch moments where he often does his best work. Hell, who am I to say that they can't turn this around? But this first pistol really going to help you on your way. Xerxan fighting for Palace, gone. Dead immediately. That was the very much kind of star of that first half, dropped out to open up this pistol round.
They're creeping up to Con as well. Torshi's just stuck in the middle of the stairwell, and he's not going to go well. Desgtar tapping away, needed 2 there. And that's a nice shot for JDC, but they still make it past despite the casualty on the way. Bomb plant for CT can come through, and MOUZ with no kit currently. Got a lot to do.
JDC looking for a fight. Oh, no. Frozen. Here we go. Dual Berettas in a dream. 1 kill to the good, but 2 more still tucked in inside of this site. They want to try and swing him together. He does well to isolate the engagements, but Desgtar wins the straight-up 1v1. And so OG now have a pistol under their belt. They're going to try and ride this momentum into a level pegging scoreline where hopefully they can give us something worth getting excited about over on the T side. For MOUZ, they're forcing here. They're throwing money into this one. Deegs, armor, scout for Torshi. There's still a reason to be interested in this round.
Oh, that's crispy. Torchy gets stuck on that smoke. Can't move, and Neofrag just frags him out. Got a scout in play, but it's trapped behind this window smoke still, and it's been replenished as well, so OG going to move up catwalk, and even though the realization is setting in for MOUZ, oh, they're going to have to hit some deeks. I was going to say JDC breaks the silence before I can. Still got some more targets, 2 tags. Fiku's dead, and he gets run down in the middle of the site. Nexa doubles up. Frozen still found his second shot, and Exertion wants to get that gun, but his scout might just be enough. Nade on default, bye-bye, and it's actually the Deke that does it. Frozen is on a highlight reel, 4 headshots, he locks them out.
Beautiful scenes from Frozen, always got respect for a D King.
True.
And that was very much a D King round, right? Yet to be dethroned. MOUZ with the reply, and so now the Force by Wars are afoot. Yeah, give me more of this. Oh, that one. Oh,
Damn.
all right, OG, your turn now. Now you've got to show us what you can do with your Deagles.
Or maybe it's Exertion-esque play from the Israeli on the other side in Flames. Because on this exact round, Exertion got an ace with an AK and a pistol round. Flames now needs to do similar or the same. Otherwise, MOUZ, despite the lack of pistol round, are going to start streaking early. Good nade. Oh, they might go through it. Yeah, they're already through, they're already committed. And the timing inside of Exertion's head is a little bit off. Neofrag tries to get
This is a
all
taste
the way
of his
there.
own
He
medicine.
got shot at, he got called, someone saw something, and Dexter will pay the price, but he set up Exertion to save the day instead. 2 kills, and Nexus hunting, but he can't survive the fall. Bombs dropped, Fiku does get some control, but MOUZ are sitting on the bomb like an egg.
Exertion's not letting you get it for free, but his teammates are falling like flies. Out with the swing, Exertion's on for another ace. This will be his second in this map. Fiku, bottom of the board right now.
He does love a 1v2.
But normally great in clutches.
no, he's
However,
running.
this time he's running up, and Satoshi's heard this. Exertion's coming in, and Torshi will put a stop to him. Steals the ace away from Exertion, but locks in the round, and that's what's important. That's what matters. Those are so often the moments where Fiku does his best work, but the kind of trend for him is that of a downward one across this series. Been a bit of a troublesome map for him, and it's never really got going here on Mirage. No money for OG, so MOUZ, this 12th round is as good as guaranteed.
Yeah, just a farm round. Dexter has even got himself a SMG. If anything, can be even more efficient with it than a rifle when you're up against Glocks. Oh, the stack down under. Torshi's going to get 2, but they'll take that. The Molly, however, stops him from retrieving the rifle. And Dexter may as well just risk his life running for it, making sure not only he can stop them from getting it, but he can put his own SMG to use. 4 rifles kept alive. It's a perfect round for MOUZ. We're reaching crunch time, Harry. This doesn't feel like the same vein that Overpass was in with a comeback for OG. They've yet to show any control on this T-half. Only a pistol in their pocket. Of course, now is the first full buy. But it's do or die.
Yeah, and quite often for OG, these first rifle rounds haven't been where they do their best, although this time it's a little different. Fiku, dispatching of Dexter, you do like that. However, the response from MOUZ, they double push ramp into this double hold. Dexter waiting for them. He had a teammate there in Flames as well. That's the red carpet rolled out into an A play. And so OG, where they've often fallen short in these first rifle rounds that they get to play, This time it comes up top trumps in their favor. 5 alive after they're gifted a flurry of opening fights. An 8th round locked in and a chance to build.
Oh, yeah, you got to fight just for survival, and they don't know how close NeoFrag is. He should have at least one here. Although, he's going to drop off. Oh, there's a spot, and there's a step. That's all NeoFrag needed. Now, JDC has nowhere to hide, nowhere to run. 8 for OG. A must-win round on this T side to get their second half started for a second time. And if we have a late activation from NeoFrag, he was the guy on Overpass to, you know, keep them in it on CT side. So many multi-kill rounds with that A4 on A. Better late than never. Torshi's ult makes an appearance. Smoked off for now.
Nex is trying to get fancy with this timing on the con smoke.
Ooh. Hello.
Next they did get the spot. Oh, hang on, he hasn't even seen anyone yet. He's not even tried to take a fight in this round, and he's already super wounded. Tagged through the CT box. Dexter attempting to do something with the little bit of life he has left. Plant coming in. No say in the matter for MOUZ. OG have run them down, and this might just be a save on position alone. OG, they go hunting. They want to try and remove some of these guns from play. Oh, and they're doing exactly that. The save was called in the 4v5, but only 2 players are still left standing from it, and one of them is an MP9. This is a disaster for MOUZ.
Oh.
The AWP removed. You cannot have it that the MP9 is the only gun saved. Nothing's given. Oh,
I love that from
he only has
Nexa.
MP9.
You literally hear Nexa say, don't chase him. Like, why would we chase him? Yeah, they kill him right at the end, but they know, like, don't jump out and give him the chance to get an upgrade. If anything, if he saves, it's fine by them. And I think Nexa, again, deserves a lot of credit because it wasn't just the calling that got Overpass going. It's the fragging right now, Harry. He's top of the board. He's 3rd in the server. The captain of OG is putting it together. And that's always been the cool part about Nexa, because it's not a surprise. He's not an in-game leader that often goes cold. In OG's wins, pretty consistently, worth, you know, high on the scoreboard. Always had that in him, so again, suddenly this game felt like it was getting run away with at 12-7, but with MOUZ taking a full eco, this is double digits. And OG arguably do their best work on the T side.
They are going to walk into the 5 USP stack.
Yeah, but no one's ever lost to USPs.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that.
Especially not NeoFrag. Can't dodge those bullets.
They're suspicious as hell about it, and yeah, they were right to be suspicious.
You see that? Oh! You see that boost on triple, you're like, yeah, there's more than meets the eye on this site. I love how Nexa does his like fist bumps at the end of the round. He just puts out both hands, face up, give me a slap, move on.
Well, there might have been more meets in the eye on the A site, but OG are coming back. 10-12.
Ooh la la.
Just 2 rounds away from a tie game. And really, it's one rifle round that could do MOUZ in. right? We said this earlier on in the day. The T side is far more snowbally if you get it going. Dropping out of Palace, Desgtar holds the line with a double. Oh, man! One mag, and he makes every bullet count. Just Desgtar to stop Desgtar. But he doesn't feel up to the task, going all the way back. He's getting wrapped through the spawn, and Frozen will find him, gets rid of him. Desgtar stands tall.
We were just saying the Nexa, the in-game leader, can frag out, and then the Aussie does it right back to him. That is unbelievable pinpoint precision with the A1S. That gun's not meant to have enough ammo.
And it makes sense, you know, that this is where you would find Aussie CS royalty. Not in the Palace, but down under it.
Great work.
Queensland! Right, here we are. Torshi.
Come on.
Loving a nade up in the top mid. MOUZ, they can't have that be the one and done. They need more. They've got to ride that high across the finish line. OG are still giving this all they've got.
Whoa. Captain's just bailed them out from a catastrophe comeback. MOUZ need to do right by him. L4 re-smoke gives Exertion a fight, but it's too wide for him to see under. Smoked out of con. A lot of players will go through that, but just with how this game's been going, I think MOUZ don't want to take the risk. I'll give them con. They can always flash back in. Soon to fade. Exertion's on a very precarious position. While he's good, it limits Nexa's positions, but Exertion needs to clear this corner, and Torshi's dead first. He does trade, but they're already up cat. They are splitting B with a ludicrous pace. Nice entries. They don't know about the German.
Oh, JDC, can he be the hero? Getting spammed, still holding on, finally blowing out. It's Desgtar. Gonna have to do it again, this time in a 1v2, different stakes, but the pressure's still on. Out through the window, into the site now, Desgtar swings and Desgtar wins. OG onto 11, this one's really heating up in crunch time. MOUZ in a weird spot, in a weird place, gonna probably throw a little should be closing the gap even more so before all is said and done. This was a damn good try from JDC. You couldn't have asked for more out of him there. But in a world where 2 kills is not enough, you were never meant to win the round. Deagle's out for MOUZ. Nexa wanted to try and help this B play by splitting late up the catwalk. Him doing this alone.
Oh, this is quick.
No one keeping an eye on it. 3 strong inside of the B side, but no one should be ready for this short play. They've spotted him now, but it's too little too late. Nexa farms them from the catwalk.
Yeah, that was the most important position there because Exertion dropped off the site, hoping they'd killed the only cat player and that he could grab an AK to stop that app split. Knew they would have cleared him off the box, so Nexa just getting that 1 extra kill stops the gun from being retrieved by the top fragger. Very speedy split. And MOUZ cracked open on B despite their stack. 4 on 2, and don't give them the guns. Nexa's in a dangerous position. Torshi won't face him though. Nice. But OG won't let him go down without a fight. So 12 rounds, and man, MOUZ don't want to get that hot brand of chokers if they can't close this series in back-to-back maps with very strong T-side leads.
And I mean, you know, like on Overpass, you could have at least looked at it and said like, yeah, you know, a couple of the guys kind of fell off, right? Like, there was some really nice calling from Nexa here. it's like MOUZ are kind of giving this 100%, right? Like, think about a lot of these rounds. We've had Exertion with an ace and a 4K, right? Like, huge performances there just in those rounds alone. He was doing so much in that first half. Here in the second, you've had Desgtar with an almost ace, right? You've had guys like JDC getting away with multi-kills, Torshi being involved on that AWP. You're kind of giving it all you've got, and yet still OG are rising to the occasion and matching you every step of the way.
And in the same way that we said when we were in this first half, oh, Desgtar needs to step up, we need the AWP, and he did. He threw himself into a lot of opening fights. He got a lot of untraded kills where he could get back out of middle. We need Torshi's AWP now. He's waited a few rounds. He's got it back in play. He's been so influential in this series. Top performer in the server coming into Mirage. Desgtar, this time they're going to molly it. They won't fall for it twice, but they have run right by. They just allow that smoke to sit down, and he runs through it with 2 kills. Oh, he's hopping, he's jumping, he's a kangaroo in the corner, and they finally kill him. Fiku won't let him last long, but he got more than he bargained for in that bomb. It's going round all the way back to B.
Fiku playing over the top of this smoke. If JDC went right wide just then, he would have this. Fiku's head is definitely popping over the top of that. I mean, now it defo is. Fiku just trying to keep them all here. And they're not even facing him to know whether or not anyone's here. They finally get that. Fiku caught and dead. And now MOUZ should start to piece together that no one else is here.
X is just so scared because he knows Steps are going to get hurt. He was even walking through T-spawn for crying out loud, just in case they were top mid flanking. He's finally found the gap. He's run it. He's got a default plant, but the post plants are everything here for OG. MOUZ have got enough time. They've got a kit. They've got full belts of util. No excuses. MOUZ need this round.
Desgtar and next to the beat. 2 big names for OG. Time is of the essence. They get the first, but Nexa is still alive. Not for long. JDC with the trade.
There was a kit, but it was on short. He should be fine. Right? Yeah.
He's got it.
Yeah.
It's all good. Not to worry. MOUZ on to 14. They successfully convert the 3v2 retake. They don't let Desgtar and Nexa get away with murder there.
Dude, how does Desgtar get 2 kills under? They just run past him. Like, the entry player kind of had to go. They need to take space, and they can't sit around forever. They leave it to someone else. But, man, he swings through the smoke and takes 2 kills. Just robbery. I don't think he can play there again. Like, they're going to put so much focus back on A. But he has won 2 rounds, essentially, from that position. And OG, after such a miraculous attempt at comeback, their money is running out. Dripping dry. A Deeg on the captain. Yes, they have the AWP, but very little left over after. And I'd like to see Frozen in ladder here, especially with a short player who is the B anchor in JDC. But if he can get spotted, that only sets Frozen up further. Who's not in a... Oh, he jumped. That is a misjump. That's a big mistake because they've got eyes on the prize. Now they can molly him out. They can trap him in this box. This went from a palace to a cave very quickly, a cage rather. Molly's on both sides. There's the problem piece. Frozen's got to smoke it. Does he want to risk jumping through? Oh, very scary. He'll make it out, but they make it in.
Yeah, Torshi dead, and now Desgtar's job gets real hard here. He's got to watch connector, ramp, and palace. 3 angles for just 1 man. It's too much. Exertion collapsed upon by the palace play. Frozen and JDC, they're still leaning into this like they want to give it a go, but they don't have the manpower, they don't have the resources. They need a hero, and JDC, what is he meant to do? He's boxed in here. Desgtar deletes him. Frozen from jungle, still looking in, believing that something could happen, but it won't. OG are on to 13.
And look at the kills spread across OG, right? Everyone came in with impact in that round. That split was a lot better place than some of the previous A attacks that Desgtar's got away with murder on. Yeah, he gets 1 kill as they swing out Palace, swing out ramp, but Palace play was right on that with the trade. The molly out under. And someone was even playing it again. I think it was Exertion. It was never meant to be. You know OG have full focus on that position after these last few rounds. And a big entry from Flames up connector, trying to close it, cannot. Frozen will live. But this one is neck and neck, and as said, that was a money round for OG, that was everything. But it goes both ways. MOUZ have to play for 30 rounds of gameplay.
Yeah, pressure's really on for Frozen, right? Because, I mean, hell, if you remember in that first half, even in the round where Exertion aced, he was also a hero gun in that round. Yeah. Frozen is kind of bearing that same level of responsibility, but on a far harder side, right? CT side of things has a lot less say in when and where fights go down. OG, this is one where as long as they're, you know, pretty effective with the trading, this should never get out of hand. This should never be a worry. This should be you tying the game up at 14 all.
And one thing that they were so good at back on Overpass were these 5-man hits all together, all trading, great spacing, and they're doing it again. They want to take Cat very quickly, and yeah, Frozen, he may be here, but he's got to get them all.
Literally has to get them all! Oh! Frozen with 2, I thought that was going to be something!
Yeah.
I thought that was going to be it. They all lined up for him for a moment there. He does a lot of damage, he softens them up, but now it's just the pistols left. That had to be the heroic moment.
Imagine, dude. Imagine the 4.
It did look like it was going to happen, right? I thought it was happening.
Here they go. Good
running
flash.
in, running at them. Dexter.
Oh.
Oh, and Dexter.
No.
Dexter. Oh, no, Dexter. Oh, with the USP. Down to the 1v1. The Flames hold on. 14 all. OG have tied this one up.
This is a roller coaster. Up, down, left, right. Do a loop-the-loop in the middle. Make sure you strapped into your seat.
Just when you think you know what Dexter to keep an eye on.
I don't even know who you're saying half the time.
I know.
I literally
that one was meant to be like purposely ambiguous.
Yeah. Dude, he got 2 USB kills.
Crazy. Man, as we get into crunch time, Dexter is stepping up massively. He's coming in with some real big moments for someone who's had a pretty quiet series, pretty quiet map. And he opens up this round. Orshi there to lend a helping hand. Fiku tries the spray transfer, but it won't connect.
Everyone's going mad right now. These are not normal rounds of Counter-Strike. They have hit crunch time, and everyone's biting off more than they can chew.
There's some extra juice in this juice. Dexter dead as he tries to swing CT. And that's going to leave it all on Dexter. 1v3 through the CT smoke. They're coming his way. They want to fight him. They want to stop him grabbing that bomb. But they don't succeed in it. Dexter's been able to grab it. Now crossing, looking for this fight.
All the time in the world. Take a deep breath, slow it down.
Frozen's wrapping him. He's not ready for this. Knife out. Frozen's waiting. P250, not the gun for the job, and so walking that one over the line. 15 for MOUZ after all. In round 30, let's take stock of it. What are OG left with? Nothing. When we look at how these last few rounds have gone down, they had 3 players surviving and they had 1 player surviving. They are broke. The money is gone. They've got